How? And a great morning today. Not so tormented, and I just had hatched the concept that most of it unravels naturally of the greatest movies that's probably ever going to be made of all time. I'm gonna call it the gospel. It's massive. It's gonna be fucking huge. It's already unraveling in my head. Massive, biggest movie of all time, easily. Massive. Anyway, so I'm on a roll anyway. I could go back to university and brush that off so easily. This is a little social irony I'm going to elaborate while I'm having my cup of tea here. Okay, guns and crack. Ireland, yeah. Okay. It's just a little twist, an ironic twist of fate. Everybody in Ireland at the moment is mad for guns and crack. So there's this TV show called Love Hate or something, and ever since then everybody's been mad about guns and crack. If you're not on the guns and crack, you're a type of outcast. You're a minority actually in Ireland, and you'll be treated with suspicion. So you'll be called a rat. Like everybody else that has guns and coke, you're grand, because if you're going down, you're going down, and don't be quiet because you'll be quiet, and everybody's on a mutual agreement of guns and crack. So if you're not on guns and crack, you are questionable, I keep to myself and I try to not break the law. I have a relative who is a solicitor and he said, just don't break the fucking law. No matter what you do, it's going to catch you 20 years. It'll come back, you'll try to get a job, something will happen. Just never, ever. That's why I always like to tell pigs the truth. Every time they ask me my name and address, I just give it to them straight up. Nothing to be weird about, They technically work for you. I like to remind them that most of the time. So I'll be called a snitch. Now you can be a little old lady, but all little old ladies are presumed to be snitches. So they're not going to get like stabbed or shot for not being a coke dealer or a gun, for not doing the coke and guns. So yeah, I keep to myself, and then because you keep to yourself as well, it even makes you look more suspicious. I'm trying to avoid drama, but then from avoiding drama, like I have a lot of trauma. I got stabbed, or like I got kind of badly smashed. My brain got smashed open, and it was to do with talking to little girls. So I don't talk to any girl anymore at all whatsoever. I barely talk to anyone because I got my head smashed in for talking to people. And then the irony of that is sort of being traumatized, that people think you're a weirdo. It's like, he's pure stuck up and he's pure snobby, or he's pure fucking insane because he doesn't talk to anybody. When it was being friendly and talking probably in the first place that got me stabbed or shot. So that's just another ironic little twist of fate, that people are, traumatized or abducted and crucified, and nobody believes me, and I'm still walking around jilted on the streets, and then you get called a snob or stuck up or psycho insane for like walking around the way you walk, like around, like, not talking to people, like. And then like little girls or young ones would be like, alright, how's it going? And you just say nothing to them, or it's like, I don't know you, leave me alone. And then they get like their brothers to attack you and shoot you because you made them look stupid. It's like, that pure fucking queer, he just fucking stood me up and made me look pure fucking stupid on the street there. I was just trying to be friendly and say hello. I was like, I don't know you, sorry. And then they'll fucking get you done for being, he's a queer, he's a creep, he's a fucking no. And then, yeah. And that also happens as well. You get called a queer, so I don't go near women, and then I'm also called a queer. So because of these reasons, anyway, that I'm celibate and trying to be a law-abiding person who keeps out of trouble whatsoever, it's just a very ironic twist of fate that any day now, and I know it's going to come any day now, it's already almost happened the other night. There was a planned little thing on the second I hopped off a bus, that I'm going to be attacked, shot or stabbed now. It's just this weird irony. So you chose your criminal lifestyle, or whatever, your gangster lifestyle. I chose a peaceful lifestyle, a very quiet and simple peaceful lifestyle. But because of you, you're going to attack me. It's just weird that I have nothing to do with the situation at all whatsoever. But because you have guns and crack and you're paranoid about people who aren't on the guns and crack, you are going to attack me. And I'm trying to keep away from everything as much as possible in life and keep to a very quiet life and just be there be a good uncle there for my nephew as best I can. So it's just this weird irony that of not being able to coexist in some sort of way where you can be a gunhead and on your crack and whatever, but don't cause me a fucking problem, is what I'm trying to say. Especially then, because it's like, you're called a snitch and you're called a queer, and then I'll get up on a bus and I'll turn around and say, I'm older than your dad. I'll go around to his gaff and grab him by the ear and tear him away from his PlayStation. So, it doesn't help then because you're some loudmouth snitching queer. So it's coming any day now for being a rat or being a queer or being whatever. Um, and yeah, just it's just irony. This is a ironic twist of fate, isn't it? You can't fucking win, can you? But I'm just saying, letting you know it's because of you. It's nothing to do with me. So if you do it again, and you have done it before, stab me for being a queer, a rat, a snitch, or any of these things. I've already said this in other videos. If I was queer, you wouldn't call me queer. Because you'd be like, yeah, whatever, he's queer. I don't care. Look the other way. But I'm not queer. There's probably some sort of envy of my massive fucking genital. Oh, that's another thing actually I was thinking. It's like people that are peaceful in life and people that are running around trying to assert their masculinity in life. I never really thought about it, but the people running around trying to assert their masculinity in life and probably also want guns and big things that look like dicks probably have very tiny penises. They probably actually are very angry and very annoyed with their tiny fucking dicks. And that's why they're running around trying to assert their masculinity and be really big and outgoing and look really strong and tough. Because most people that do have big dicks don't even think about it and are probably very chilled. Very chill most of the time. I'm not saying time right now. So yeah, just let you know, my friend Rowley, when we were younger, he wrote this weird little essay, which is nice for a young, intelligent man who we're only in secondary school, stoners. But he wrote this really funny essay, and I kind of thought about it years later. It was called "The Problem Is You," and I just thought it was funny back then because we were in a band and we were always very that kind of weird, obnoxious, not obnoxiously, but it really makes a lot of sense to me that the problem is you. Too many people, like massive amounts of people on the world, that if there was only like one or two people, it would be heavenly. But because there's so many people, there's so many social pollutions and problems, and it's like the problem is, too many of you. No, it's not that, like, but it's just a weird situation. The problem is you, and it helped me a lot then later in working out some weird social problems. Problem is you. So yeah, just let you know when you do stab me or shoot me or whatever, the problem is you. Gangster. Oh, one more thing. People that run around in gangs. Nietzsche was one of my favorite authors, and I thought he'd like this one. Strength in numbers. The saying, because everybody's in gangs these days in Ireland. I have this one is blatant weakness in numbers. Like a pack of hyenas get together because they're all weak on their own. So there's blatant weakness in numbers. You're not really hard running around being a gangster or in a gang because you require being in a bigger unit of people to be strong. That you're probably not very strong and you probably recoil very quickly on your own. So there's weakness in numbers. There's nothing too cool about being a gangster or needing a gun. The only reason you need a gun is if you own a gun. Oh, genius. Just let you know. Think about it. The only reason you need a gun is if you own a gun. Right.